Hey, what's going on, guys? It is Dibes, Mr. Crockpot on X. Today is part 3 of my top 50 big board in the 2025 NFL Draft. Guys, if you love the draft and you want more draft content, you know what to do. Smash that subscribe button. Let's go! Coming in number 21, let's talk about tight end Colston Loveland out of Michigan. Colston Loveland is a passing weapon first and foremost. This is a big-bodied threat who can win over the middle, down the field, and on out-breaking patterns to the sideline. He's excellent at attacking the football in the air. He's got a monster catch radius, and along with the density of his frame, this allows him to be a guy that dominates through the catch point. Colston Loveland projects as a mismatched flex tight end for an NFL passing offense. He should go to a team that implements him in the slot or off the ball as a motion player in order to maximize his skill set. He may be a complimentary player early in his career, but he figures to be a starter by year 3 with a round 1 grade. Coming in number 22 in my rankings is cornerback Benjamin Morrison out of Notre Dame. Benjamin Morrison is one of the more instinctually strong corners in this draft. His smooth back pedal, situational awareness, and intriguing ball skills allows him to thrive in zone where he can rely on his plus instincts and make plays on the ball. I also love the fact that Morrison is a willing run defender who embraces the dirty work and always strives to impact the play. He does have experience in the slot as well, which will allow his defensive coordinator to move him around and get creative with coverage assignments. Negative-wise, he doesn't have elite long speed, and Morrison was burned on go routes several times in 2024. He also doesn't have elite length, making the NFL scouting combine massive for his draft stock. I think he is a better fit for teams who play a higher dose of zone coverage. What's up, Howie? Excuse me. Coming in number 23 in my rankings is offensive lineman Gray Zabel out of North Dakota State. Gray Zabel has been one of the highest risers during the draft process. He's an old school grinder up front who plays the game with the needed edge to help be an asset along the O-line. This is a guy who is constantly turning his feet and never seems to play top heavy despite his plus size. Negative wise, he has been called for more penalties than you'd like to see, including 8 in 2023 and 6 in 2024. His positional versatility as a player who has started at both guard and tackle spots is a nice plus for finding an NFL home. He projects best to an inside zone blocking scheme, but I can foresee him being a valuable asset for really any scheme. Overall, Zabel shows starter level physical tools, with center likely being his best place to start at the next level, and he's currently my top offensive lineman in the 2025 draft. Coming in number 24 in my rankings is defensive tackle Kenneth Grant out of Michigan. Kenneth Grant is a supremely talented nose tackle who was asked to do a lot of different things at Michigan. Not only did he do all the standard nose tackle things, Grant was also asked to be a looper and a pass rusher, things you don't see from your traditional nose tackle. Grant is a brick house of a human being who offers loads of explosive power in his game. It is impressive to watch him bull rush and collapse the pocket on opportunities in one-on-one assignments as a pass rusher, and it is equally impressive to see him create knockback at the point of attack. Grant is a more refined run defender than he is a pass rusher at this point in time, but he offers flashes of brilliance in both phases. Grant projects best as an A-gap defender in the NFL. He has versatility in whether he's playing in gap penetration or gap control, and he should be considered a transcendent option to play in odd or even fronts with a round 1 grade. Coming in number 25 in my rankings is wide receiver Egbuka out of Ohio State. The first thing that stands out about Egbuka is his proficiency, which allows him to transition from a pass catcher to a threat with the football in his hands. Egbuka has good instincts and feel to attack space with the ball in his hands or on underneath targets. He is capable of creating chunk plays with his initial burst and vision after the catch. Egbuka has been given opportunities to play on the outside, but he is much more successful working from the slot. I did not see the same success breaking across the face of D-backs or stacking defenders vertically while playing on the outside and having coverage leverage the sideline against him. As such, I do believe he'll be best served as a predominant inside target at the next level. I see Egbuka as a primary slot receiver for a West Coast offense. Egbuka is primarily a passing game weapon with room to grow in the complementary areas of the position with a round 1 grade. Coming in number 26 in my rankings is defensive tackle Darius Alexander out of Toledo. Toledo might have another draft gem coming out of his program this year in Darius Alexander. His 40 total tackles and 3.5 sacks in the Mid-American Conference won't exactly knock your socks off, but his power at the point of attack is uber elite. He was one of the biggest winners from the Senior Bowl, and he looks like another high riser in this year's draft. He's got a great combination of quickness and power in one-on-ones. He's got ideal power and jump off the line of scrimmage to be a versatile piece along the D-line at the NFL level. He checks all the NFL size boxes at almost 6'4", 305 pounds, and 34-inch arms. Alexander's versatility makes him a super intriguing prospect to examine. He's got all the makings of a Howie Roseman pick due to his top-notch athleticism and ability to play both inside and out. He's a better run stopper at this point in time, but he'll need some seasoning at the next level to improve as a pass rusher. He can take on double teams and eat up space. I just think he has all the makings of a 3-down lineman, whether that's at defensive tackle or on the edge. I think he's the perfect lineman to fit into that Eagles rotation. Coming in number 27 in my rankings is defensive lineman Derrick Harmon out of Oregon. Harmon is a compact and twitched up defender with 3-down potential. Harmon is a swift and intentional mover who recorded 45 tackles, 5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, and 2 pass breakups last year. As a prospect, he's got great quickness off the snap and explodes out of his stance. On top of that, he's capable of lining up anywhere along the D-line. Oregon would move Harmon around to keep opposing offenses guessing, but he produced no matter where he played. I think he projects best as a 5-tech in the NFL, where he can get the most out of his long frame and create consistent penetration against opposing tackles and guards. However, Harmon can be a tricky evaluation. If teams view Harmon as a tweener who does not fit any one position rather than a versatile weapon who can align anywhere, he could slip further than he probably deserves to. Right now though, I think he's a solid first-round talent. Coming in number 28 in my rankings is cornerback Trey Amos out of Mississippi. Trey Amos is a physical and fluid cornerback with the size, strength, and athleticism to compete at the next level. Known for his strong press technique and ability to match up against bigger receivers, Amos has the skill set to develop into a versatile corner capable of playing both man and zone at the NFL level. Amos excels in press, using his quick feet, lateral movement, and strong hand usage to control receivers at the line of scrimmage. Amos is a willing and physical run defender, quick to trigger and take on blockers with his hands. His tackling is inconsistent, especially against bigger runners. He sometimes reverts to arm tackles, leading to those missed opportunities. Overall, Trey Amos projects as a late first-round pick with the potential to develop into a big-time starter. Coming in number 29 in my rankings is defensive tackle TJ Sanders out of South Carolina. From the jump, TJ Sanders offers plus short area quickness for a player who is nearly 300 pounds. He has a few reps every game where your jaw just drops to the floor. In terms of one-gapping, there aren't many better than TJ Sanders. His short area athleticism is exceptional, as well as his upside as a pass rusher. Sanders is a slippery interior rusher with legit closing speed, which also shows up with his plus alignment versatility. Whether you are an even or odd front team, Sanders brings a lot of value to a prospective NFL squad. He has a tremendous combo of length, twitch, and raw power to project to multiple alignments. Sanders is a weapon for an aggressive front who just needs to show more consistency with his anchor. His hand placement requires improvement, and he could also add more to his frame going forward. In what is an incredibly deep and talented interior defensive lineman class for the 2025 draft, there aren't many who are more athletically gifted than TJ Sanders. Coming in number 30 in my rankings is offensive tackle Armand Membou out of Missouri. Armand Membou is a point-of-attack winner with plus body control, flexibility, and light feet, and he's at his best working in close quarters. He's a big-time riser, and I think the top offensive tackle prospect in the 2025 draft. His biggest area of growth is his handwork and technique that sometimes leaves him vulnerable on the outside and forces him to lean and overextend. Membou was a member of Bruce Feldman's annual freak list, so don't be surprised if he tests out extremely well next week. As of right now, Membou feels like a big-time talent at guard and a developmental starter at tackle down the road. Regardless of position, I think he's got considerable upside with a late day one grade. Alright guys, that's part 3 of my top 50 prospects in the 2025 draft. Guys, if you missed parts 1 and 2, check it out down in the description below. Thank you everyone for watching. Stay awesome.